Look, I'm not saying what's left of the speech is bad, but I ran through it earlier today when the room was empty. 6 chairs walked out. I've actually only delivered it once before in public, and that was a few weeks ago for the residents of Broadmoor High Security Facility for the criminally insane. So just looking around the room, I'd just like to apologise to quite a few of you that have heard it before. Now, the Governor's Club is now firmly a part of the Lendlease family, a family that was formed in Australia back in the 1950s. As always, these events are a great opportunity to meet up with old friends and maybe even meet a few new ones. And further up tonight at the bar, bumped into a chap who I didn't really recognise him, but turns out he's quite senior in the Australian business. And he told me his life story. I couldn't believe just how far he's come in his career after such one of the best of starts in life. Basically, Steve's parents decided to go walkabout after finishing university. This is not unusual for Aussies, is that correct? But unfortunately, they got a bit hooked on it, so they were travelling for years. But everybody's life changes, babies come along and all that. Eventually, it got to the point where Steve's mother said to his father, "Do you know, Bruce? I've always travelled around. Now I've got a little Steve to think about. I think we should maybe settle down, maybe get little Steve into school, get him an education." Now, I was just surprised at you to find out that Steve's mother would do about everything. Unbelievable, but there you go. The main thing is that Steve's father agreed, so they settled in England, and they got little Stevie into the local primary school. So first day, young Stevie came bouncing into the door, all excited. "Oh, get out, Dad!" So I said, "Your eyes, I had a gown and I was school eyes." "I was brilliant, Dad," he said, "brilliant." He said, "Today it was maths, and all the other kids in class could only do the 1 and 2 times table, but I could also do my 3 times table." "Is that an Aussie, Dad?" He said, "Yes, son, that's an Aussie." Bonza. Ran out in the back garden and flew the dog. Next day he came in, Dad said, "Your eyes ran out of school today." "Oh, brilliant, Dad." He said, "Today it was English, and all the other kids in class, they could only do the alphabet up to P, but I could go right up to T. Is that because I'm an Aussie, Dad?" I said, "Yes, son, that's because you're an Aussie." "Hey, Bonza!" Run up the stairs to play his toys. Third day, he was chatting back in again. "Hey, Dad!" "Right, son," he said, "how was school today?" "Oh, brilliant," he said. The funny thing was, today it was PE, and all the other kids in class, their little winkies were only that size. My winky was that size. "Is that because I'm an Aussie, Dad?" He says, "No, son, that's because you're 27. I can tell you how much I've blown up with to the young lad. But put himself up, dusted himself down and going with it, and, you know, I can only say what he's done is amazing. So, Steve, congratulations. Well, good luck with the GCSEs later this year. And happy 50th. For a start in the training industry, health and well-being was not exactly top of the agenda. Nowadays it's all gluten-free, fat-free, wheat-free, enjoyment-free food. Everywhere, laid out in the office in the morning so you can stay healthy. Back then it was like, you were considered a health freak if you asked the canteen lady to squeeze some fat out of a deep-fried pizza before she put it in a well-buttered roll, you know. Frankly, things have moved on, especially at Lendlease. You know, and they've got a company that truly cares about the health and well-being of their staff. So much so that they've introduced things, as Neil mentioned, you know, new initiatives such as well-being days for staff to recharge their batteries. I haven't taken one, I've got a charger on my desk, I can do it there. But, you know, first aid, mental health first aiders, you know, to talk to people that are feeling stressed, all fantastic, moving forward with that. And I think it's really due to this culture. That's really why people have stayed with Lendlease so long. You mentioned earlier on there, people that have been here 50 years in the company. John, I didn't catch on it. John, I know Richard Barnes, Governor Richard Barnes, nearly 50 years, 46 years in the company. Governor Dave Dunnett, 49 years and 9 months. Who would leave 3 months short of 50 years? Maybe sorry to watch. So, but I think it's the fact that these guys are still 50 years, unbelievable, 50 years still in the business. I can't remember that far back. But the thing is, I think personally, the business were a bit disappointed actually when the SNP's bid for Scottish independence failed. Because I have a good authority that we were the box seat as preferred bidder, the rebuilding of Hadrian's Wall. And that, I believe, was due to the strength of our team. As John, Dave and Richard were actually on the original project for the Romans. That was true. But I suppose you could say that Hadrian's Wall was a sort of early defence project. One thing for sure, Lendlease have done a lot of very good defence projects. And this was of particular interest to me joining the company when my grandfather had a highly decorated pilot during the Second World War. He trained with the RAF, unfortunately he was waiting in flight, he lost control of the aircraft, takeoff, and careered straight through the roof of the Dulux factory next to the airport, leaving the plane trashed, him highly decorated. But unfortunately, this one was a discharge. That was the end of his career in the military before he took off, literally. But thankfully, that's not my only family member who was heavily involved in the war effort, of course. There's actually a strong naval history in my family. Yeah, my great uncle Albert, he was one of the first off the boats in D-Day landings, off the Dover. As I say, I started Lendlease back in Glasgow in 2009. In 2012, I was lured by the bright lights of London, where I've been ever since. I had to do it really, there's nobody up there can understand my strong Cockney accent. Before I moved down, I sold my house. Council went mental. Partly you've got to buy it before you sell it. When I arrived down here, I was completely blown away just how sociable the London business is. And after 3 years up in Scotland, finding excuses to get a night out, I spent the first year down here trying to find an excuse to get a night in. Down here there's always somebody looking to buy you a drink. This is a bit of a shock to me actually after spending 3 years up in Scotland with my colleague and good friend Chris Byrne. Lovely guy Chris, but he does single-handedly and proudly reinforce the stereotype of Scotsman being tight. Honestly, if it was a ghost, he wouldn't give me a fright. For those of you who don't know Chris, I'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about. I popped into his house one evening. I saw him stripping wallpaper. I said, "Do you decorate?" He said, "No, I'm moving house." He said, "Triple lazy fitted in the house, just so his little boy can't do the ice cream van." He said to his wife tonight, "Right, come on darling, grab your coat, it's time to go to Governor dinner." She said, "I didn't realise I could go." He said, "You're not, I'll put the heat off." So, in fairness to Chris, I think I've got Chris to thank for starting my career in London with a full new wardrobe. As he saw me off at Glasgow Airport, Chris acted completely out of character, bought me a drink, and the swarm of loss in his wallet completely wiped out my luggage. So I need to be wardrobe after that. But unlike some previous employers I've worked for, I think the Lendlease culture breeds camaraderie and sharing culture. The next story hopefully demonstrates. The recent night out in London, Governor Paul McBurney, see him there. Shut his gun. Confided in me a story about his great grandparents, which practically had me in tears. I'm still waiting on my house. Paul's great grandfather was lying, unfortunately, on his deathbed, and his great grandmother was sitting constant vigil by his bedside. With his last breath, he leaned across to her and said, "Darling, we have been married now for 50 years, and through all that time you have been a loyal, devoted wife. Remember, 30 30 years ago, when my building company went down the pan, and I lost a lot, all my money, bankrupt, my dignity, the whole lot, all the way through that, you were by my side. Then, 15 years ago after that terrible accident, when I had 5 years rehabilitation just to walk again, all the way through it, you were by my side. Now, after a long illness and this final bit of pneumonia here, I may drift off, and again all the way through it, you've been by my side. Darling, you're a fucking jinx. But yeah, apart from that sad story that Paul told me, what a fantastic night we're having, a great night out. Everybody loved it. So much so we all lost track of time. Fortunately, most of us realised just in time to catch the last tube home. Unfortunately, same can't be said for Governors Gordon Ray and Luke Conway. They had so much fun. They completely lost track of time. Wandered out the pub on a school night, 2 p.m. Missed the last tube home. Gordon panicked a bit. He said, "Why, man, I can't believe it. We've got to miss the last tube home. What are we going to do now, man?" Luke said, "Gordon, you know he's doing this. Listen, can you not see there's a bus garage across the road? I will simply nip across the road, pop in, steal the bus, into the highway zone. What are you worried about? Listen, I can easily drop the bus back off in the morning." Calm down, calm down. Gordon says, "Well, sounds like a canny plan. But you never managed to nick a bus." He said, "Gordon, are you seriously questioning the ability of a lad from the Wirral to hot wire a bus? For the sake of our working relationship, I'm going to pretend I never heard that. Keep an eye on the front door, I'll nip in and get the bus. You see one coming, shout. If not, I'll see you in 5 minutes on the bus." Off he went. Next 15, 20 minutes, all Gordon could hear was half an hour later, Luke comes rolling out the exit, double-decker bus. "God, in quick, get in!" The charging one jumps into the bus. He says, "Why can you that?" He says, "No, don't. Get the bus." He said, "I didn't think you'd manage it." "So, what kept you? I thought you weren't coming." He said, "That's just my friggin' luck, Gordon. The one for Hackney was right at the back." As you've heard, moving down here allowed me to meet a lot more Lendlease people, both in the UK and internationally. And there's certainly been a few characters along the way. For example, last year our managing director and Governor's Chairman, Neil Martin, asked me to show Brad Trump, an American colleague of ours, around a few of our impressive projects in London, to pleased to oblige. So a few weeks later, Brad turned up and we set off on our tour of the smoke. So we set off first to Kingsgate House. We wandered past it and Brad said, "Hey Jimmy, what's that there?" I said, "That's Kingsgate House in the Zigzag building." "How long did it take you to build that now?" I said, "Take about 3 years roughly." 3 years, man? That in the States would have built that in 2 years. I get bastards. I thought, for the sake of the company, Neil's asked to do it. I bit my tongue, carried on. Next stop, Elton Castle. Wandered in. Brad said, "Hey Jimbo, what's that there?" I said, "That's One the Elephant, Brad. That's the showpiece tower of our acclaimed urban regeneration development in London. 38 stories of prime residential zone 1. Different class." He said, "How long did it take you to build that then?" I said, "Oh, it's not quite finished yet." I said, "But roughly 2 years." 2 years, man? If that been in the States, would have built that twice as high in half the time. Kill him. Counted to 10 times. But then I thought, right, that's it, tour's over. I said, "Right, we'll head back to the office." So we're heading back to Regent's Place. We happened to wander past the Shard. Brad says, "Hey Jimbo, what's that little building there?" I said, "Well, fuck if I know, Brad, it wasn't there this morning." Strange enough, that's the last time I was sober. One was after the London tour guys. Having spoken of both the Southern and Scottish branches of the Governors Club, I think it's only fair that I also acknowledge the Midlands branch, where one of my own senior estimators, Governor Gary Cram, was actually awarded Midlands Governor of the Year last year. With the pod. Now, he achieved this by taking a load of fellow colleagues around a tour of a brewery in Warwick. It turned out a right bottle of glass, another fantastic night, and everyone loved it. And he's very proud of this accolade, and so he should be. Though he's still not as chuffed as the Midlands branch themselves are, after all this time at last. After all these years, they finally found someone who can organise a piss up a brewery. In stark contrast, this year's Southern Branch Governor of the Year Awards was in recognition of someone who organised a far more healthy pursuit, namely London to Brighton bike ride. I talked about this. A really great event that raised thousands of pounds for charity in the process. When advised he'd won the award, Governor James Lane choked back tears and said he'd like to dedicate it to his two sons, Boris and Cycle. The Governors Club is a wonderful organisation raising hundreds of thousands of pounds every year for many well-deserving charities through events such as this one, darts nights, quiz nights, hill walks, you name it, even the annual Hackers Golf Day. Now, being a keen golfer myself, all three invites welcome. I've attended the Governor's Hackers Day a few times myself, and I'm proud to say, a couple of years ago, I actually was involved in a sudden death playoff with one of my colleagues, one of our commercial directors, Governor John Lozic, to see who would take home the coveted trophy. So we both teed off at the first hole, we're walking down the fairway. As we got to the halfway down the fairway, John kind of veers off into the heavy rough. To the left, he's searching for the ball, and he finally found it buried behind it, much more unplayable. So he says, Jim, if I'm staring like that, my left foot is in casual water, can I get left and drop? I says, John, unlucky, play the balls at lives. He said, if I'm staring like that, my right foot is then trapped the mark. Can I get left and drop? I said, no, John. Play the balls at lies, it's your luck. Bad lie, boo boo, play on. But if I swing like that, I'm going to hit that little tree at the end, I'm going to do that, get the tree. He says, can I get relief? I said, John, the last time, don't ask me again. No relief, play the balls at lies, that's the rules of golf, play it, no more. Fair enough. I said, no, I don't look at it. So he started walking away. I said, where are you going? He said, oh, just checking that show ball in the middle of the fairway. So, needless to say, I lost that match. I can't understand why I think John's competitive. Anyway, so the main beneficiaries of this year's Governor's Dinner, I believe, the Crohn's and Colitis Society, a charity very close to my own heart. It's Crohn's disease has blighted the lives of both my father and sister for many years. I have great respect and gratitude for the work they do. On that note, I would respectfully ask you all to grab the envelopes on your table, stuff them as generously as possible. Yes, Chris, that means you too. Look, I'm quite sure I've overstayed my welcome. Chairman, Governors and honoured guests, it's been a great privilege for me to reply to the toast of the Governors tonight. Thanks for listening to my short speech. Anyone interested in the bits deemed unacceptable, I'll see you in the bar later at the 2 hour director's cut. Quite often at the end of their gig, proper comedians push their latest CD. But after a few of the stories I've shared with you tonight, I'll probably push my latest CD. If you enjoyed it, I've been Jim Doyle. If you haven't, I've been Steve McCann. Good night.
Before Governor leaves the stage, please welcome the National Chairman, Governor Neil Martin, who will present the Sid Capon Trophy.